Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I have another thrift store haul for crafty finds. And this came from, I think, two different thrift stores and in my local area. And the first thing I wanted to show you guys was this box. I did pay $3 for it. Usually I find them for $2, but I love these boxes. They're fun because they slide. This one does have some chess game pieces in it, which the board isn't in there, and it looks like they have 2 or 3 different games in here, chess pieces. They're not all from the same set. But I mainly bought it because I love altering these types of boxes. They're really fun. You can put like a little knob to pull it out, decorate it with paper and lace. I do have one on my channel that I've decorated. It was called an upcycled puzzle box, and that one actually had compartments in it, so that was really fun. I did that one at Christmas time for a swap with Amy Love. But I found this one. Again, this one doesn't have the fun compartments in it, but a good price, I thought, for $3 for a wood box to alter. So I picked that up. And I have a ton of doilies. This one was $1. But I think that the day that I went to this thrift store locally, it was only 50 cents, I think. But I picked it up because there is a project I'm working on that's blue, and so I'm going to maybe use that in that project. The rest of the doilies, they have usually a box, and they have a sign on it. The smalls start at $1 and they go on up to $1.50. So it just kind of depends upon who's ringing you up, what size they think they are, if they're small, medium, large, or extra large. But for sure these little ones were $1. And so I just have a hard time when I find doilies. So I'm just going to show them to you guys. But just know that the small ones I was charged $1, and then I don't know if I have a super large one that they charged me $1. Maybe this last one was $1.25. But usually they charge you 50 cents usually for most of them. $1 possibly for a little bit bigger ones, but it just depends upon what sizes you go up there and who determines what the size is. But they usually tell you, and you can agree or disagree with it. Like this one, I might have been charged $1 for this one right here, but I love the color of it. You know, it's kind of a long, oblong one, really pretty. So this one was a little bit more of a cotton cut work one. I like ones like this. Again, they're fun for Happy Mail, but you can also cut them apart and just use the doilies on them. This is kind of a popular style that I see quite a bit in the thrift store. You know, whether it's a placemat, a table runner. I've seen a little bit bigger size. These ones, if you put material in them too, they're fun to make into little pouches. Also journal covers for a book page. This one is one that I'll probably most likely cut up and just use the doilies on that one. Another kind of with the pineapple pattern on that one. And then this one I liked. This is maybe a placemat style one. And I like that one. I also found at our local store the scrapbooking album. It's $3. It's just a spiral album. And I thought it'd be fun to work on, like when I work on some of my crafting paper projects and I have leftover pieces. I thought it'd be fun just to do some like collage layouts and maybe add quotes to it. Maybe call it a quote or a sentiment journal, and just do collage layouts, just using up bits and pieces left over from other projects. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. So that's why I bought that one. The one day that I was at our local thrift store, because oftentimes if I'm in town, I'll just run in real quick, and sometimes I walk out with stuff, sometimes I don't, and I just wait till I have a pile of stuff to share with you guys. But the day that I went in, I had my eye on this one, but I waited until they had the craft section 50% off. This one was $2, and so I got it for $1. And I mainly wanted it, I'm not sure about this lace right here, or this trim. There's quite a bit of it, that's half the bag. The other half of the bag is this cotton crochet type thread lace, and I use this quite a bit for crafting, and then also the eyelet trim. So for $1, I thought, because there was quite a bit here, I haven't measured it, but I thought that was worth it to me for $1. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or just re-gift it back. Sometimes I hold on to stuff like that. I have a little pile in a basket, and if I don't use it or come up with any ideas, then the next time I go to the thrift store, all that stuff goes back to the thrift store from the grab bags for the stuff that I don't want. And again, that same day, this little one was also 50% off. And again, I just bought it just for the crochet type thread in it, or lace. It was $1. Again, there was quite a bit in there. I thought that was good. And then this is just kind of some random stuff. There's some Velcro, the pink and the orange, like really long rickrack trim. I might save the orange and put that in with my Halloween stuff. That might be kind of cool in a Halloween journal if I ever make a Halloween journal again. The fun little tassel I'll probably save for my boho journal. And maybe even this little yo-yo flower, I'll probably save that too for the boho journal. Not so sure about this stuff. Maybe I'll keep it again for a little bit, but for me it was just worth it just for that. And then I have this basket full of stuff. The basket was $3, and I actually bought this for in one of my bathrooms in my house. I like pine cones, and so I'm just going to stick a whole bunch of pine cones in it on the back of my toilet. Just so, but like I said, it was a nice little basket, and I've been looking for one about that size, so it was perfect. It would also be perfect in a craft room for craft supplies, but I'm going to use it in my bathroom. Another one of our local stores, they usually have, like, when they have stuff, it's a little bit smaller of a thrift store, and that one helps the food pantry locally, so everything they make that they don't need to pay for rent on the building, everything else goes to help the food pantry, which is right next to it. They did have this black lace, and the lady charged me $1 for it. There's 11 yards in there, and I'll just hold on to this one for if I ever get to another Halloween journal. I don't have a ton of black lace in my stash, but it's nice to have just a little bit because you never know when you need it. This was only $0.25, and I thought it was kind of cute. It actually has a little button here, and you can open it up, and it's like a little envelope. So I thought that would be fun. You can either just leave it as is, or of course I could alter it if I wanted to, but I kind of like the simplicity of this one with the Battenberg lace at the top, so I might just leave that one as is. This was $0.25 at my local store. Again, I love altering things like this for Happy Mail, so for $0.25, that was a great deal. Also, that thrift store that supports the food pantry, they have a shelf of vintage finds, and this was one of the things that they had, and they only had $1 on this one, but it's actually for, there's some advertising on the top, but it's like for paper fasteners, and I just thought it was a cool little tin. If you guys have seen my craft studio tour, I decorate in a vintage flea market style with a little bit of shabby chic overtones, and I thought this would just be fun as a shelf sitter, but I could put little buttons or bling or, you know, some sort of craft supply or even paper fasteners in it like it says, but for $1 I couldn't pass that up. I thought it was really cute. This I was just looking at, and I might have made a mistake with this one. It was 50 cents. It's just a large clothespin, but I didn't notice that it was broken up here, and these are fun to alter. You can set them on your craft desk and like put like a card or something in them like this, but unfortunately the back is kind of broken, but I'm wondering if I can't just like sand it down and then sand this one down to meet this one, and I might be able to fix it. So again, this one was just 50 cents, But I may have made a mistake on that. Sometimes if you don't look at things very closely at the thrift store, you make little mistakes like that. So I kept it in the haul just to show you guys. Hopefully I can fix it. These were $1. They're little ribbon roses. I think they're usually like $3 at Walmart, at our local Walmart. Or not my local Walmart. We don't have a Walmart locally. Really small town, but when I go to Walmart, I think I've seen them for like $3. Our store also had these little wood pieces. They were $1 each, and I love putting these on little boxes. So if I decorate a box, and I could add these to it. So I picked those up for $1 just to have in my stash. For $1, I also picked up some more wood dowels. You just never know when you need them to fix things or for crafty projects. So I added these, and I'm thinking next year for Christmas, have you seen those where they take material and they make little Christmas trees, little triangle Christmas trees out of like drop cloth type material, and then they used wooden dowels and they stick it on a little stand. I think I'm going to try those next year, and so these will be, that's why I bought these, just to have in my stash. But I do every once in a while use the little wood dowels to fix things. Let's see, what else do I have in my pile here? For the $1, this one was a bunch of like vintage seam binding and a little bit of lace. I don't usually use this type. I give it back. But there was some cross grain ribbon, some red lace, some gray lace, some nice green seam binding, some white and beige. And I love it when I find the white and the beige. And even this green isn't too bad. So, and the red I'll throw in with my Christmas stuff. So, and the gray, I don't use a lot of gray, but you never know. So, for me, it was worth it. A lot of times it costs like 50 cents nowadays to buy these at the thrift store. Once in a while individually, once in a while I luck out and find them for $1, but usually they're 50 cents in my local area when I go to a couple different thrift stores. I have seen them for more when I travel into other states because they are vintage, and sometimes people they charge more. Sorry about that, about the camera shaking. This was $1 for this whole thing, and I don't know, it says 100 yards, and I don't think anything has been taken off of it in this blue color. I probably don't need that much blue lace, but I decided to pick it up. I have a mother-in-law and a mom that loves blue, and every once in a while I need blue ribbon for projects that I make for them. And the last few things I have to share are all rubber stamps. And I was excited they actually had some graphic 45 at our local stamp store, which is, or not stamp store, but thrift store, which is really surprising to me because our local community, my town only has like 400 people in it, and the next town over has like 800, and the other town on the other side has 300 people. So it's really small communities. And to find graphic 45 that's brand new is really exciting. This is part of the Once Upon a Springtime collection, and I will definitely use this fairy. I do have a little bit of this paper left, not a lot. But I bought it mainly just for the fairy. I love that. And the Once Upon a Springtime, I'll use that word for a couple of things. I'm not quite sure with the dancing mice and this other one. I'm not quite sure if I'll use those, but I thought it was a good deal. And again, I think this was the day when I went in and the craft stuff was half off, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I've had these sitting in my stash to show you guys for a little while. So I can't remember on that particular day. This one, the bag was originally $1.50. This one had some unmounteds, and I only bought it for one, and it was this one right here. And this is from Unity Stamp Company. And I loved the little manger with baby Jesus into it. And then it says, "For unto us a child is born." And I thought that would be such a nice stamp for making Christmas cards for the people that I send religious Christmas cards to. It looks like it'd be a quick, easy one. So I bought this grab bag mainly just for that. And then the other items. Sorry about that glare, guys. I can't really do anything about it because it's my overhead lights. And if I turn them off, it's dark in here. But they had some of these like Michael's dollar stamps that you used to get. Yeah, 99 cents is what that one says. But they're little Easter eggs. So I probably will put those with my Easter stuff. These ones I'm not sure if I'll keep or not. They're the kind of cutesy little girls with the big eyes. And they say saturated canary breeze stamp. So I presume that that's maybe the company. And maybe the name of this girl was Breeze. I'm not sure. But they all look very similar from the same line. I'll hold on to them for a little bit. But if I don't see myself using them, I might get rid of those ones. I'm not sure. And the next one I was excited about too, because at our thrift store, like I said, graphic 45, and then they actually had Tim Holtz too. So I was surprised in this grab bag. This grab bag was $3. So they had a Tim Holtz set. It looks like it's never been used or opened, but it's the Tim Holtz, and whoever bought it originally paid $21 for it. But this is the pumpkin head one with all the pumpkins on it. And there's a couple on here I would use in a junk journal or on a Halloween card. So I couldn't resist that whole grab bag for $3 just for this one. And everything else was a bonus. So the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz one was in there. This one is from Art Gone Wild Company. And again, an Easter one. And I think some of these are really sweet with the bunnies and the Easter eggs and the lilies on there. So this one has been used. You can tell on a couple of them. And then there was this Stampin' Up! Bird in this set. And also XOXO. This one looks like probably one of those ones that, you know, places like Michael's or where they sell the cheap rubber stamps. That's what this one reminds me of, the quality of this one, but I think it'll still work fine, and I like the XOXO, so I'll probably keep that one. I'll probably keep this one too because it has a bird. Again, this one was probably part of some sort of set, but that one's kind of cute, so I'll keep that one. And this one's from a company called Stamp Mage Studio, and they're in Michigan, and they're just some small little rubber stamps. It looks like in here there's two sets in here on the front and the back. They're like little celebration, like birthday stuff on this one. So I'll see how those stamp, and then if I might keep them. They're kind of small little ones, so if you were to do a planner or something, those maybe would be good for a planner because they're tiny stamps on that one. And then this grab bag of rubber stamps was $5. I never know how they decide what to label as $3 or $1.50 or $5. But this one, again, it had a graphic 45 in it. And I could kind of see a couple. I wasn't able, they were stapled on the top when I bought them, so I wasn't able to open them up to look at them. But it looked like there was enough in here that for me it was worth the $5. This is from a Memory Box company. I do have like a lot of their cutting dies, but I like this Happy Halloween one with the spiders on it. So that one was worth it to me. This one also from Stampendous, that I saw this one through there, and I thought I would definitely use this one on a journal. They have like some Halloween music, some little spooky little things that I thought would be fun for tags. This was the graphic 45 one, and I can't remember which kit this one went for. I don't know if it says on the back of this one, but this one does look like it's been used. But they have the peacock feather, which I will definitely use that one. And this was kind of a vintage lady, like a film reel. It says applause, cinema, kind of a face. Painted face, like a mime on that one. And I'm thinking for a couple of these two right here that they might work for my sister, the one that says applause. She's always looking for stuff. Her kids are in theater, and I think that one would work good for like a scrapbook for her. Here is a Stampabilities like coffee themed one. Another Studio G, which I believe that's Michael's. It says Delight in the Little Things, which I do think that's kind of cute with the little flower. Here's another Studio G one. This one's upside down, but it looks like a flower and butterflies, and I'm not quite sure. Well, we can open it up and see what it says. This one has been used. It says Hello Friend on that one. And this one is a lawn fawn, and sometimes some of the clear stamps yellow with time, even if they haven't been used. This one originally someone paid $15 for. This one was called Say Cheese. But I did like the little Polaroid camera with the little Polaroid film stamp. So I could see myself using especially this one. And then this one I liked also. Someone originally paid $7.99. It looks like at Tuesday Morning. But again, I help my sister once in a while with some scrapbook stuff with her kids. And for traveling, and like, we like to use stuff like this that says photo record or travel record. This one has passport, you know, little notes. Those are just kind of fun to use for journaling on the scrapbook pages. You know, you could put the month and circle the day and put the year. Again, with that one up there in the corner, I really like, you know, destination. So again, I thought that one was pretty good for this pack of used stuff. And I don't know if this one's, it doesn't feel like it's ever been opened. So I don't think this one has ever been opened. Obviously, whoever bought it, since it has the pink sticker, they got it at some point on sale at Tuesday Morning. So that was the last package that I had to share with you guys. So again, I just wanted to thank everybody so much for watching my thrift store haul today. Of course, I always love to hear your comments, and I love to hear what your favorite thing is that I found. If you have any bright ideas on things I can create with any of the items I bought, I of course love to hear those comments too. So feel free to comment below. And of course, I want to wish everyone a wonderful day, happy crafting, and also happy thrifting.